This is Coach Perkins. You're listening to Crowley's Ridge Basketball on the Pioneer Digital Network.
And welcome all back to the Carter Activity Center. We're halfway finished with the day. The women's final is set between the College of the Ozarks and Crowley's Ridge College. And in a preview of that final, we have the men's squad playing each other. And the College of the Ozarks Bobcats taking on the Crowley's Ridge College Pioneers in the men's semifinals. Crowley's Ridge coming in as the top seed, and College of the Ozarks at the number 4 spot. Ozarks 1-4 on the year, one of those 4 losses here at Crowley's Ridge. A 10-point victory back on February 2nd. Crowley's Ridge took an 82-72 win. Back in February, they were supposed to play last week. However, the snowstorm that we all endured grounded Crowley's Ridge, and they did not have classes for a week, and so they did not get to travel, and so that game did get canceled at the Ridge, or rather at Point Lookout. As we look between the two squads, Crowley's Ridge averaging 77 points per game in their 9-16 record. The Bobcats looking at 61.6 points per game from the floor. Crowley's Ridge shoots 42.5%, and Ozarks hitting 39% of their shots from long range. Both teams average 7 3-pointers a game. However, Crowley's Ridge has shot a lot more, partially due to the fact that College of the Ozarks has only played 5 games, and Crowley's Ridge has played 24. So that'll do it for you. 25 rather. My math don't work right. But partially due to that, but when you got to look at those averages. I mean, Crowley's Ridge has shot 572 3-pointers, and Ozarks has only shot 120. But again, that's a 20-game differential. So with games like this, you can't look at totals. You got to look at those averages. So both teams, Crowley's Ridge shooting 30% from long range, Ozarks 28%, both averaging 7 from the charity stripe. Crowley's Ridge shooting 68.4%. College of the Ozarks 58.9. Rebounding per game, Crowley's Ridge at 38.9. College of the Ozarks 37.6. Assists per game, Crowley's Ridge at 13.2. Bobcats at 12.8. Crowley's Ridge will cough the ball up more often, 16.7 turnovers per game, whereas the College of the Ozarks average turning it away 14 times. Crowley's Ridge will steal the ball more, however, 7.5 steals per game to the Bobcats' 6.2 steals per game. And both teams are good blocking, at blocking shots, at least. Crowley's Ridge averaging 4 a game, and the Bobcats averaging 3 a game. Crowley's Ridge College as a team ranked 13th in the nation in total blocks with 95, and they rank 21st in the nation in total steals. They are led by Tyrell Ware and Montrell James in those categories. Tyrell Ware 6th in the nation in total blocks, 6th in the nation in blocks per game at 2.4. Montrell James, the career steals leader at Crowley's Ridge College, 27th in the nation with 42 steals. Just behind him, Kyle Moore is at 38 total steals. Again, the Bobcats only have played 5 games and have found themselves in the AII tournament. If you are not with us to get the format during the women's half, only today and tomorrow, top 2 teams will advance to the national tournament. There is no third place game. So lose today, and you got to hope for an at-large bid to the national tournament. Win today, and you are guaranteed a spot in the big dance in Sioux City, Iowa, along with a trip to the AII championship game that will be tomorrow. The women will tip off at 3 p.m., and the men will tip off at 5. And so College of the Ozarks and Crowley's Ridge College entering the court at the exact same time will vie for that spot, vie for a trip. Crowley's Ridge will look to actually get to play in the NAIA National Tournament, as last season they made the trip out to South Dakota before a little thing that you might have heard of called the coronavirus stopped all game. I mean, Crowley's Ridge was warming up, getting ready for their game against Indiana Wesleyan, and had to pack it up, come back. So they made the trip but didn't get to play, and so Crowley's Ridge and College of the Ozarks will both hope to do it, except this time it is not the split NAIA last season. It was Division I and Division II, both of these teams in the second division. The NAIA has combined and has only one division now, so Crowley's Ridge, instead of looking for a trip to Sioux Falls, they will hope for a trip to KC Mo to play in Municipal Auditorium in the nation's longest-running invitational tournament, the NAIA Men's Basketball National Tournament. Both of these teams will hope to do that, and they will face, whoever wins this game will face the winner of our final game today, which will be between the Lincoln Christian University Red Lions and the Tigers of Voorhees College. We'll be here for every shot and every dribble of this game and the next. And it has been a great day of basketball thus far, and we have two more exciting matches coming up. First up is Crowley's Ridge and the College of the Ozarks. We're going to take a timeout. When we get back, we will have some more pregame coverage for you, introduce the squads, and get you set for this NAIA, AII, lot of letters. AII championship semifinal between College of the Ozarks and Crowley's Ridge. This is AII conference tournament on the Crowley's Ridge College Pioneer Digital Network.
Hey, Dad, how do airplanes fly? What's in this box? Can I touch this? Where does sand come from? Is this tree good for climbing? What happens if I mix these two things together? How are babies made? What does this thing do?
Kids are curious about everything, including guns. Talking to them about gun safety in your home is a good first step, but you can do more. Always keep your guns locked, unloaded, and stored separately from ammunition. Storing your guns securely is the best way to prevent family fire, including unintentional shootings. For more information on safe gun storage and ways to keep your family safe, visit endfamilyfire.org. That's endfamilyfire.org.
What do we keep in the attic? What's this thing called? Can I ride my bike backwards?
Like I said, kids are curious. It's up to us to keep them safe. Brought to you by End Family Fire, Brady, and the Ad Council.
This is Logan Willett. You're listening to Crowley's Ridge Basketball on the Pioneer Digital Network.
And welcome back to the Carter Activity Center. I am Dustin Seymour, the Sports Information Director here at Crowley's Ridge College, bringing you the fourth-seeded College of the Ozarks and the top-seeded Crowley's Ridge College Pioneers in this semifinal game. As we look at Ozarks, out of Point Lookout, Missouri, 1-4 on the year, led in his 19th season. He's quite comfortable, is head coach Steve Shepard. His 19th season at the helm of the Bobcats. He will send Tanner Rogers is a 6'1". He won't send them. I do have their starters, but I'm just introducing you the rosters first. Tanner Rogers, a 6'1" freshman out of Webb City, Missouri. Garrett Simmerman, a 6'9" freshman out of Ash Grove, Missouri. Traden Rackley, a 6'2" senior from Republic, Missouri. Tanner Diaz, a 5'11" freshman from Steelville, Missouri. Cooper Long is the lone non-natural stater. If you were listening to our girls coverage, every player for the College of the Ozarks women's team is from Missouri. And every player but poor Cooper Long is from Missouri for the men's team. Cooper from Mountain Home, Arkansas. Aiden Stone, a 6'5" sophomore out of Thayer, Missouri. Matt Lubert is a 6'4" sophomore from Warsaw, Missouri. Andrew Mitchell, 6'4" sophomore from Blue Eye, Missouri. Josh Linehan, a 6'5" freshman out of Rogersville, Missouri, averaging 10 points a game. Trey Gibson, a 6'1" senior from Webb City, Missouri. Skylar Lewandowski, a 6' even sophomore out of Neosho, Missouri. And rounding off Coach Shepard's roster is the 5'10" sophomore Nate Burnett. We are about to send it down to the floor where our public address announcer, Austin Schweihart, will have our pregame prayer and our national anthem. And then we will have starters between the College of the Ozarks Bobcats and the Pioneers of Crowley's Ridge College. Let's send it to the floor with Austin Schweihart.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the campus of Crowley's Ridge College for tonight's Association of Independent Institutions Conference Tournament Semifinal, featuring the number 4 seed, College of the Ozarks Bobcats, and the number 1 seed, Crowley's Ridge College Pioneers. At this time, we ask you please stand and remove your caps for our prayer, and then remain standing for the playing of our national anthem. Tonight we are led in prayer by CRC alumnus and Center Hill Church of Christ pastor Michael Meredith.
Father, we thank you so much just for the event that brings us together. Father, this is a culmination of a year's worth of hard work, for many cases, many years of hard work. So, Father, we thank you so much for the student athletes who are here. We pray, God, that you just continue to protect them through a challenging year. Father, you've been so good to us. You've blessed us all. We're so thankful for that. We just pray that this evening is fun, it's enjoyable, it's competitive. Father, we pray for the safety of all of our players, and we give you glory in all things. It's the beautiful name of Jesus that we pray. Amen.
And we welcome you back again to the Carter Activity Center. It is semifinal action between the Pioneers of Crowley's Ridge College and the Bobcats of the College of the Ozarks. Introducing the starters for Ozarks. He will coach Steve Shepard will send out a 6'9" freshman, Garrett Zimmerman, from Ash Grove, Missouri. He averages 9 points a game, shooting 53% from the floor. Trayden Rackley, a 6'2" senior out of Republic, Missouri, will get the nod. He leads the team with 14 points per game. Aiden Stone, the 6'5" sophomore from Thayer, Missouri, also averaging double digits with 12 points a game. He has connected on, he averages 9 rebounds a game, so nearly averaging a double-double per game does Aiden Stone. Andrew Mitchell, a 6'4" sophomore out of Blue Eye, Missouri, averages 6 points a game, shooting 30% from the floor. He has knocked down a team-leading 9 three-pointers. And Josh Linehan, a 6'5" freshman out of Rogersville, Missouri, averaging 10 buckets a game, will be the lineup for the Ozarks. Zimmerman, Rackley, Stone, Mitchell, and Linehan. For the Pioneers, head coach Chris Perkins in his 14th season at the helm of the green and white. Montrell James, a 5'10" senior out of Toronto, Arkansas, averaging 7 points per game. Again, the leader in steals with 42 total steals. He is the all-time stealer at Crowley's Ridge College. Tyrell Ware, a 6'8" freshman, Charleston, Missouri, weighing in at 185 pounds. He averages 5 buckets a game. He has stuffed 47 shots, making him the 6th best shot blocker in the nation. Kyle Moore, who recently celebrated his 1,000th career point, will get the nod. 5'11" senior out of Cardwell, Missouri, averages 22 points a game, leads the team with 41 long balls. Key Roberson will also get the start. Key, a 6'4" sophomore out of Tuckerman, Arkansas, averaging 6 points a game. And K.J. Corder, the 6'3" junior out of Hot Springs, Missouri, by way of National Park College. Corder averages 13 buckets a game. So for Crowley's Ridge, it's James, Ware, Moore, Roberson, and Corder. Crowley's Ridge in their home grays, gray tops, gray trunks, white numerals, and trim with some green outline. College of the Ozarks in their away maroons, maroon trunks and tops with kind of a gray gold numerals and piping with white outline. Going to the center is Zimmerman and Ware. Ball is in the air. It is tipped, and it goes to Stone of the Bobcats. And the Bobcats going left to right. And stepping on the baseline is Stone. And so Crowley's Ridge will have possession. Possession arrow is going Crowley's Ridge's way. Montrell James will inbound and get it right back to Kyle Moore. Moore moving right to left as the Pioneers go back to Kyle Moore. Moore will back off. Big team on the floor are the Bobcats. Height-wise, Kyle Moore head fakes the three, drives in, 2 steps, puts up a floater, and that's good. Kyle Moore draws first blood for the Pioneers as Rackley looks to his left side and finds Mitchell. Mitchell goes back to Zimmerman. Zimmerman to his right side to Linehan. Linehan on the near corner goes back to Stone. Stone around the horn goes outside to Mitchell. Mitchell's three-pointer is no good. Tyrell Ware flies in for the rebound. So KJ Quarter working the point for the Pioneers. Moves to his right side, crosses over, driving in the lane from the left block, puts a runner up, no good. Tyrell Ware tried to get the rebound, but it was punched out of bounds by Andrew Mitchell. So it will remain Crowley's Ridge ball. Shot clock resets to 20. Kyle Moore inbounds and finds KJ Quarter. Quarter back to James. Montrell James driving inside, goes out to Quarter. Quarter thought about the three-pointer, but spun his wheels. So a turnover by the Pioneers. Will give the ball to the Bobcats. Mitchell will inbound as he finds Rackley. Drayden Rackley on the near wing, picking up his dribble, passes to Linehan on the near corner. Up to Zimmerman at the top of the key, who goes to the left side to Mitchell. Mitchell to Rackley. Rackley at the right elbow goes inside. A pass, beautiful pass down to Mitchell. And Andrew Mitchell gets the Bobcats on the board, tied 2-all. Kyle Moore and the Pioneers with KJ Quarter on the far wing to James on the far corner. Here's Roberson. Roberson lost control of the ball, so didn't get to pop his shot. Here is James from the right elbow. Good lay up and in. Montrell James, 5'10", and he will squirt underneath you. And that's exactly what he just did to put the Pioneers up 4-2. But here is Rackley with a three-pointer. It's off the back iron. Coming in for the rebound is Linehan. Linehan blocked by Tyrell Ware, but Linehan gets his, Stone gets the rebound. And Linehan is the one who gets the bucket. So we're all knotted up at 4 points each. Kyle Moore to KJ Quarter to Roberson. Roberson bounced pass to Moore on the near wing. Moore thought about the three-pointer. Instead, he'll dribble to his right, picking up a screen from Ware. Moore at the free throw line, passes to James. Montrell James spins around and goes out to Roberson. Strong defense by the Bobcats. Huge three-pointer. Way outside by Kyle Moore, and that is no good. Rebounded by Rackley. Drayden Rackley around the horn finds Linehan. Linehan will spin around, put a shot up with the left hand. No good. KJ Quarter gets the board for the green and white. KJ Quarter driving into the paint, puts it up off the window, and good. KJ Quarter puts the Pioneers up 6-4. Rackley getting the inbound. He looks to his left side to find Stone. Aiden Stone hands off to Mitchell. Mitchell to Zimmerman. Zimmerman back to Rackley. Going and finding a cutting Stone, and Stone gets it up off the window, off of the right block, and ties it right back up at 6 each. It's a close game. The first time these two teams met, Crowley's Ridge with a 10-point win. And it is shaping up to do the same, nearing 5 minutes elapsed in the half. Kyle Moore on the near wing. Driving in, puts a runner up, no good, but he was blocked by Linehan. And Stone will pass it away. And so a takeaway by the Bobcats goes right back to Crowley's Ridge, and that's in CRC's favor as the Pioneers will be on their end of the floor. So the shot clock sits at 20, 16:32 left to go before recess. Montrell James receives the inbound. James gets the pass to Quarter. KJ Quarter bounce passes to James. James will drive the baseline, bounce pass to Moore. Kyle Moore plants for three. Yes, sir. Kyle Moore drains the three-pointer. Makes it a 9-6 game. Stone dribbles off of his foot. Rackley, rather, dribbles off his foot, but he does maintain possession as he passes to Stone, to Zimmerman, back to Rackley. To the left side, finding Mitchell. to the free throw line to Stone. Stone from 15 feet, no good. Key Roberson gets the board. Montrell James down to Ware. Ware posts up. No, goes out to Moore. Moore thought about the three, goes to Key Roberson. Roberson pulls the trigger on the three. That's short. Rebounded by Aiden Stone. Stone goes to his right side to Linehan. Linehan looks to his left to Mitchell. Back down to Stone. Stone off the left block. He'll spin around. Good air there from Aiden Stone. And he makes it a one-point contest, getting the jump shot from the left block. 9-8, Crowley's Ridge leading by 1 in this semifinal of the AII Championships. Kyle Moore at the top of the key, calling for motion. Eyes on the shot clock, sitting at 10. He'll float it down to Tyrell Ware. Ware uses all 6'8" of his frame, and he is fouled on the way to the hoop. That foul whistled on Andrew Mitchell. So Tyrell Ware will go to the charity stripe. Tyrell Ware averaging 33% from the charity stripe. Southpaw prepares and shoots, and that is short. Crowley's Ridge sends 3 players into the backcourt. It is only Ware and Montrell James in the front court. Ware the shooter, and it's short as well, rebounded by Rackley. Rackley passes to his right side to Simmerman. Simmerman to Linehan. Linehan back to Simmerman with the left hand. No good three-pointer. Rebound by the Bobcats. Linehan makes his defender bite, takes 2 steps forward. His shot is no good. Rebound coming down to Stone, and Stone lays it up and in, and the Bobcats take a 10-9 lead. Kyle Moore will cross midcourt, drifting to his right side. Right there is the big 6'9" Simmerman. He'll go to Montrell James. James finds Ware. Ware tried to put it up and must have been blocked. That is no good, so Rackley with the ball. Rackley will bounce past to Stone, back to Rackley, to Mitchell at the top of the key. Mitchell looks to his right to Simmerman. Ball movement finding Linehan on the near wing. Back to Stone. Stone, a layup is no good by Rackley. Rebound still being fought for, and it will come down. Here is Montrell James, and James saw that it was 4-on-1, so hey, let's hold up and let the team get back. So Montrell James now hands off to Kyle Moore. Moore pulling up for 3. Short, rebounded by Rackley. Rackley driving in, puts a float. No good. Rebound is for Nault as he was fouled on his attempt. A foul is whistled on Kyle Moore. So that will send Traden Rackley. Rackley, pretty solid at the free throw line, I might say. 86%. So, yeah. First free throw is up and good. Rackley pushes the lead to 11-9 in favor of the Bobcats, and no surprise as he knocks them both down. Montrell James crossing midcourt. He'll back off, makes the defender bite, puts up a runner, no good. Contact draw, no whistle. Here is Linehan. Linehan will cross midcourt to his left side. He'll hand off to Rackley. Rackley back to Stone. Stone will drive up and in, and that's good. College of the Ozarks advance their lead. It is 14-9. College of the Ozarks coming in as the 4 seed, playing very well in the start of this game. Kyle Moore to Key Roberson, and Key Roberson will walk with it. CJ Maxwell enters for the Pioneers, as will Braden Williams. They will replace KJ Corder and Tyrell Ware. Mitchell will inbound as he finds Rackley. Rackley covered up by Montrell James. Bounce pass. Now back to Rackley. Rackley calling for help. He'll hand off to Mitchell. Mitchell out to Linehan on the top of the key. Linehan goes back to Mitchell. Mitchell pulls up for 3. That's short. Rebound coming to Braden Williams. Williams to Moore. Kyle Moore drives in. Shot is up, no good. Rebounded by Simmerman. Kyle Moore trying to get to his man. Finally does. That is Rackley. Rackley passes to Linehan. Linehan goes down low to a posting Stone, who goes up top to Mitchell. Mitchell's three-pointer is good. It is 17-9. Crowley's Ridge currently 4 of 11 from the floor, whereas the Bobcats 6 of 16. Braden Williams finds Montrell James. James pulling up for three. That's off the right side of the iron. Rebound coming to Linehan. Linehan will bounce past to Rackley. Rackley goes back to Stone. Down low to Linehan. Linehan's shot is no good. Rebound is contested. It will go out of bounds, and it is pointing Bobcat way. Tanner Diaz will come in for the Bobcats, as will Matt Lubert. Diaz will inbound underneath his own hoop. 17-9 is the lead for the Bobcats. The inbound will be tipped, but taken by the Bobcats. Here's Linehan. Linehan goes to the right side, finding Diaz, who goes to his left to Rackley. Rackley's three-pointer rattles in. And Coach Perkins has had enough. Head coach Chris Perkins says, I need the time and talk to these boys, as it is a 20-9 lead for the fourth-seeded Bobcats of the College of the Ozarks. This is AII semifinals on the Pioneer Digital Network.
First, I hold my hands out like they're on a steering wheel. Then I look over my shoulder. 1, okay, cool guy. 2, 3 times. Next, oh, I put it in reverse. Meep, meep, meep. Then I take it up and down, up and down. And that, kiddos, is called the forklift.
Dance like a dad. It's a great way to make a moment with your kids.
Now that's dancing. Sure beats flossing.
Visit fatherhood.gov. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
This is Kyle Moore. You're watching Crowley's Ridge Basketball on the Pioneer Digital Network.
Braden Williams working the point for Crowley's Ridge around the horn to Montrell James on the far wing. James crosses over and finally picking up his dribble to C.J. Maxwell. He finds Braden Williams via Kyle Moore. Moore at the top of the key. 9 on the shot clock. He'll drive inside. Going out to Roberson. Key Roberson pulls up for three. That's way short. Rebound coming down to Stone. Stone hands off to Trayden Rackley. Rackley will have that cleanly pickpocketed by Montrell James, and James gets the scoop and the score. Montrell James doing what Montrell James does, and that is getting that clean pickpocket outside to Rackley. Rackley going to the right side, finding Lubert. Lubert on the near corner goes and finds Stone. Stone backs off, fadeaway jumper, good. Good move there from Aiden Stone. 22-11. Kyle Moore drifting to the far wing. He'll find Montrell James at the top of the key. James will drive in. His shot is up. It's no good. However, he was fouled on the attempt. That foul whistled on Tanner Diaz. So Montrell James will send his 71% free throw shooting line to the charity stripe. First of 2 from James on its way, and it is good. David Ballard will enter. The senior from Brooklyn to Arkansas will replace Key Roberson. Montrell James prepares his second free throw. It is up, and it rattles out. Rebound is last touched by C.J. Maxwell. So it is Bobcat ball. College of the Ozarks with the ball and the lead. Diaz receives the inbound and goes back to Rackley. Rackley calling his play. Crossing midcourt, spinning around, picking up his dribble. Stolen almost by C.J. Maxwell. Instead, that's back to Lubert, who passes across to Linehan to the top of the key to Diaz, who looks to his left to Rackley. Rackley makes his man bite. Good ball movement here, gets it to Stone. Stone with a fadeaway, and that's good. all smiles for the Bobcats as they are leading the Pioneers 24-12. Bounce pass to Kyle Moore. C.J. Maxwell will cross over to Montrell James. James from the free throw line. Short rebound. Will go to C.J. Maxwell. Maxwell posts up. Good. C.J. Maxwell makes it a 10-point game, 24-14. Logan Willett ready to check in for the Pioneers. Andrew Mitchell ready to re-enter. Going up is Lubert. Lubert's shot, no good. Rebounded by David Ballard. Ballard finds Kyle Moore. Moore back to Maxwell. C.J. Maxwell picking up his dribble. Out to Moore on the far corner. Moore from 15 feet, yes. Kyle Moore gets his 6th and 7th point. And we'll have a timeout on the floor. This is a little bit better of a timeout. Coach Perkins calling this one to encourage his team, playing a lot better. With 8 minutes and 58 seconds left to go, Crowley's Ridge College. That was correction. That was Bobcats calling the timeout. The scores table is all who called it. So Bobcat timeout. 8 minutes 58 seconds to go before intermission. Crowley's Ridge coming back, but Ozarks leading 24-16. This is the AII Conference semifinals on the Crowley's Ridge College Pioneer Digital Network.
You love them enough to sit through their favorite boy band with them. Then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the right seat to make sure they're correctly buckled in the back seat. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
This is Montrell James, and you're listening to Crowley Ridge Basketball on the Pioneer Digital Network.
Final score from Oklahoma City. Crowley's Ridge baseball drops 2 games in OKC to Southwestern Christian. Final score of this game, 12-0 in favor of the Eagles of Southwestern Christian. So tough weekend for the Pioneer baseball squad. But the Pioneer basketball squad will hope to improve their fortune. But first, a three-pointer on the way from Linehan is good. C.J. Maxwell Euro steps inside and gets the bucket. Back outside, finding Lubert. Lubert looks to his left to Diaz. Diaz around the horn to Linehan. Linehan on the far wing. Bounce passes to Diaz. Diaz between the circles, picking up his dribble as he finds Mitchell. 8 on the shot clock. At the free throw line is Lubert. Lubert to Simmerman. Simmerman planting is Mitchell. Mitchell's three-pointer is no good, short. Rebound coming to the Pioneers, and here's Logan Willett. Logan Willett goes underneath. Here's Kyle Moore for 3. Short rebound going to the Bobcats. Here's Diaz. Crossing the way, and Kyle Moore and Tanner Diaz getting tied up, and Kyle Moore initiating the contact, so that will be a whistle on Crowley's Ridge. Montrell James will replace his senior classmate. That's Traden Rackley will re-enter as well. The inbound finds Rackley. Rackley between the circles to Simmerman. Simmerman going to Lubert. Back to Rackley, who finds an open Mitchell for 3 from the top of the key. That's no good. And C.J. Maxwell gets the board. 27-18, Crowley's Ridge trailing the Bobcats of the College of the Ozarks. Montrell James dribbles off his shin and trying to maintain possession is Montrell James, and he ran into a little much Matt Lubert. And that is a foul by James. Simmerman off the left block. He puts up a shot, and he'll post up using all 6'9" of his frame. Underneath, Logan Willett off the board and good. Here's Rackley. Rackley drives in. No good. Rebound falled for, and it's going to be out of bounds. Last touched by the Bobcats, and head coach Chris Perkins goes flying. And his face is about as red as the Bobcats' uniforms, thinking that was off the Bobcats. But it is indeed Ozarks ball. The inbound finds Mitchell. Mitchell to Rackley. Rackley will have that tipped out of his hands by Logan Willett. However, he'll maintain possession. Here's Diaz. Diaz looks to his left. Now going to Simmerman. Simmerman fades away. No good. Taken away by C.J. Maxwell, and there's a foul on Diaz. Tanner Diaz pleading his case, but the whistle has been blown. I don't know if there's ever been a case where the player pleads his case and the referee changes his mind, but he may be getting instruction of what did I do wrong that time so I can be sure I don't do it again. In any case, Crowley's Ridge will have the ball, and the College of the Ozarks Bobcats lead it 29-20, 6:14 left to go in the first half. Logan Willett going out to David Ballard, back to Willett. Willett on the near wing, crossing over, driving into the paint. Hotly contested shot, no good. C.J. Maxwell with the board, put back, no good. We're still fighting for it, and that'll be a foul. C.J. Maxwell was mugged underneath the hoop. That'll be whistled on Garrett Simmerman. So C.J. Maxwell will head to the charity stripe. Maxwell is a 70% free throw shooter. Transfer from Dyersburg State Community College, rather. First free throw for Maxwell is good. Tyrell Ware will replace David Ballard, as Josh Linehan will replace Tanner Diaz. J.J. Corder prepares to re-enter as well. C.J. Maxwell, second free throw, rattles out. Rebound coming to Simmerman. And when it's the 6'9 Simmerman against the 5'9 James, it's no surprise that Simmerman came away with that one. Simmerman on the far wing goes to the top of the key, around the horn, and pass goes errant. So Crowley's Ridge will have the ball, trailing 8. J.J. Corder comes back in. He replaces Braden Williams. .5:43 left to go before our intermission here in this first semifinal game of the men's half of the bracket. Following this game, Voorhees and Lincoln Christian will play. Tyrell Ware muscles his way down. His shot is no good. The rebound coming to Simmerman. Simmerman up to 5 boards. Bounce pass to Rackley. Rackley lays it up and lays it in. 10-point spread once again. And Logan Willett will travel. And Willett knew it as he kind of slapped his thigh in frustration with himself. 5:04 left in the opening act. Pioneers trailing the College of the Ozarks Bobcats 31-21. Traden Rackley on the far wing, guarded by Montrell James as he finds Linehan at the top of the key. Linehan pulls the trigger on a 3. He missed it, but he got his own rebound as it was off the front iron. Goes out to Mitchell. Mitchell steps in front of the three-point line, and he'll splash home the 2. And the towels go on the heads of the Pioneers as they are shell-shocked down on that bench. Logan Willett on the far wing will bounce pass to Maxwell. C.J. Maxwell from 15 feet. No good off the back iron. And Rackley gets the board. Traden Rackley has the ball. He will find an outlet. Almost underhand passed it to Tyrell Ware. Instead, he goes out to Mitchell. Mitchell's three-pointer is good, and Coach Perkins has had enough again. So with 4:11 left, Crowley's Ridge takes the timeout, trailing the Bobcats 36-21, 4:11 left. This is the AII Conference semifinal on the Crowley's Ridge College Pioneer Digital Network.
Hey everybody, it's time for today's STEM tip. Want to know how to make your selfies even better? Okay, let's use science. The best time for photos is golden hour. That's the moment right before the sun sets, when the atmosphere scatters blue and violet wavelengths, making perfect, soft, and golden selfie light to show off that beautiful face of yours. Click. Check out Chic and STEM for more inspiration. A message from the Ad Council.
Logan Willett with the ball for the Pioneers. Going out to KJ Corder. Logan Willett around to Montrell James. James going out to Corder. Corder on the far corner. We'll go back to James. Montrell James going inside. Runner up. No good. Rebound. Zimmerman, but James will foul him. So James will get whistled with his second foul. Zimmerman with the ball. And he goes outside now to Stone. Stone underneath to Zimmerman. Zimmerman was blocked, but not before he traveled. As Tyrell Ware said, man, I had that blocked. You're going to erase the block from my stat sheet. But I'm sure he is fine with the fact that the Pioneers have the ball once again. KJ Corder. Man, the initials getting to me today. KJ Corder goes outside to Logan Willett. Willett on the far wing. Closely guarded. Here's Corder. KJ Corder drives into the baseline, kisses it off the glass, and that's good. 36-23. Here's Zimmerman at the right elbow. Going up top to Stone. Stone will drive in. Now goes out to Zimmerman. Zimmerman from mid-range. No good. Rebounded by Braden Williams. Williams will drive into the paint himself with the left hand. That's no good. Rebounded by Mitchell. Bobcats vastly out-rebounding the Pioneers, 24-14. Tipped away, Zimmerman was able to maintain possession for the Bobcats. Here's Stone. Stone goes outside. Now at the free throw line. Spinning around, shot is up, no good. Logan Willett trying to get the rebound. We're going all kinds of swimming on the floor. Crowley's Ridge has it, and Coach Perkins says, slow it down. Out to KJ Corder on the far wing. He'll work off of his defender, and he will dribble it right out of bounds. And head coach Chris Perkins throwing the clipboard down in frustration. That's about how it's been for Crowley's Ridge. 13-point differential between the Bobcats and the Pioneers in favor of the 4 seed. Bidding for the upset. Here's Linehan, who looks to his right side, finding Lubert. Rackley to the left side finds Mitchell. Down low, Stone unable to control it. Stolen away by KJ Corder. Corder goes in, splits the defenders, but that is a foul. And a Ozarks player in quite a bit of pain. And might be able to hear him, but thankfully Garrett, and he able to walk off. We can hear him yelling out in pain from this outside. Might have been an errant foot the way that the scrum was going. And he'll head out into the student center. So he was up and walking on his own. So from the way it sounds and looks, possibly an errant foot. In a place that the men's basketball team do not enjoy that errant foot to go. Logan Willett at the top of the key. Alley-oops down to Tyrell Ware. Back to Willett. Willett for 3. Back iron. Rebounded by Rackley. Rackley going and finding Mitchell. Mitchell back to Lubert at the top of the key. Lubert will bounce pass to Rackley. Rackley to Zimmerman. Zimmerman will pass it. It looked like it was out of bounds. It was out of bounds, but it was last touched by Logan Willett. The inbound finds Rackley. Rackley goes back to Zimmerman. Minute 17 left to go in the half. Outside to Mitchell. Mitchell to the left side and finds Rackley. Rackley pulls up from a mid-range jumper. That's no good. Coming in for his own rebound was Rackley, and that's blocked by Tyrell Ware. Here's Logan Willett. Willett will drive in, head fakes, puts a runner up. That's no good. He gets his own board, passes it to Maxwell. CJ Maxwell hands to Tyrell Ware, and he just coughs it right back up. The score sheet says the Pioneers have had 6 turnovers, but it seems about 10 times as many as that. Underneath is Simmerman. Simmerman with the left hand up and in. 38-23, final 30 seconds of play in the opening half. Here's Alex Marrow to Logan Willett. Willett pulling up for 3. Short. Rebound coming down to Mitchell. Shot clock turned off. Final 20 seconds of play in the half. Rackley has the ball. He'll cross midcourt. Covered by Alex Marrow. The bounce pass goes and finds Lubert, who will hand off to Mitchell. Almost stolen away. Instead, Mitchell will, Linehan will have it on the near corner. His three-pointer is no good, and that will end the first 20 minutes of play. Crowley's Ridge will head to the locker rooms, trailing the College of the Ozarks Bobcats 38-23. We're going to take a timeout, bring you some halftime stats after this, as College of the Ozarks leads it 38-23 in the AII semifinals. This is AII Conference Tournament Basketball on the Crowley's Ridge College Pioneer Digital Network.
CDC is working to help keep you and your community safe from the threat of a novel or new coronavirus. There are steps you can take now to get ready if an outbreak occurs in your community. Make a household plan. Learn how to prepare and to take quick action if someone gets sick. Older adults and people with chronic medical conditions are at greater risk. Take extra steps to protect them. Think about what you will do if there are changes to your work schedule. And remember to always practice good health habits, such as frequently washing hands with soap and water, staying home when sick, and covering coughs and sneezes. For more information, visit cdc.gov.
And welcome back to the Carter Activity Center as the College of the Ozarks vying and currently succeeding in punching their ticket possibly to the NAIA National Tournament right now with 1 win under their belts. What a crazy season. College of the Ozarks could manage to make it to the NAIA National Tournament if they continue on their path and win this game, have 2 wins, and make it to the big dance. That's COVID for you. We're at midway through this contest as Crowley's Ridge trails the College of the Ozarks 36-23. Pioneers have shot 34% from the floor, 10 of 29. Ozarks is just overwhelmed the Pioneers with 36 shots, making 15 of those, 42%. From long range, the Pioneers have connected on just 1 three-pointer. Out of 8 attempted, Ozarks has attempted 11, connected on 4. From the charity stripe, Crowley's Ridge, 2 of 6. Ozarks, 2 of 2. College of the Ozarks out-rebounding the Pioneers 26-17. Of their 8 offensive boards, that has led to 9 second-chance points for the Bobcats. Pioneers have had 4 offensive rebounds that have led to 3 second-chance points. Again, the turnovers, it seems like it's been a lot for Crowley's Ridge, but both teams with 5 turnovers. And Crowley's Ridge actually has had the advantage with getting 7 points off of the turnovers to the Bobcats' 6 turnover points. As we look at the individual statistics, Aiden Stone leads all scorers with 12 points. 10 behind him is Andrew Mitchell, 7 from Traden Rackley, 5 coming from Josh Linehan, and 2 from Garrett Simmerman. Across the way for Crowley's Ridge, Kyle Moore leads the way with 7 points, 5 each out of C.J. Maxwell and Montrell James, and 2 from Logan Willett, or 4 from K.J. Quarter, and 2 from Logan Willett. So at halftime, Pioneers just shell-shocked, it seems, as the 4-seeded College of the Ozarks are playing phenomenally. I mean, not taking anything away from them, not saying that Crowley's Ridge is beating themselves, because, I mean, Ozarks is playing lights out right now. 38-23. As you can see on the floor, the Lincoln Christian Red Lions warming up, getting ready for their game. As you may also see, the Voorhees Tigers entering the court. They will play immediately following this game. Again, it's halftime at the Ridge. Pioneers trail the College of the Ozarks 38-23. We're going to take an extended break. And get you set for second half action. This is Crowley's Ridge College Pioneer Basketball on the Pioneer Digital Network. And welcome back once more to the Carter Activities Center. I'm Crowley's Ridge Sports Information Director Dustin Seymour as the Pioneers are trailing fourth-seeded College of the Ozarks Bobcats 38-23. And Pioneers just need to hit their shots. College of the Ozarks just hitting everything right now. 16 of 38 from the floor are the Bobcats. We thought that we were turning Crowley's Ridge thought that they were turning it over quite a bit. However, both teams with 5 turnovers. Okay, they gave Crowley's Ridge another, had to reset. But still, 6 turnovers is nothing compared to what it seems like it's been. But College of the Ozarks with the number 4 seed will enter the final 20 minutes of play with a 38-23 lead over top-seeded Crowley's Ridge College. Kyle Moore and his Pioneers will now move left to right across your screen. Montrell James on the near wing will drift to his left side. On the floor for the Pioneers, Key Roberson will pull up for 3. Yes, sir. That's a good way to start the half. Key Roberson, Tyrell Ware, KJ Corder, Kyle Moore, and Montrell James on the floor for the Pioneers. Garrett Simmerman trading Rackley, and a steal by Montrell James, scooping a score. That'll do it. 5 quick points for the Pioneers is exactly how the Crowley's Ridge Pioneers wanted to start things off, and it's now a 10-point differential. Again, Garrett Simmerman trading Rackley, Aiden Stone, Andrew Mitchell, and Josh Linehan are on the floor for Steve Shepard's Bobcats. Handed off to Mitchell. Mitchell at the top of the key goes to the right side to Stone. Stone will pick up his dribble, going out to Rackley. Rackley's three-pointer is good. Drayden Rackley separates a bit more. Just underway here in half number 2. KJ Corder looks to Montrell James on the far corner. Back to Kyle Moore. Moore to Ware. Here's KJ Corder. Corder at the top of the key. Goes to his left side to Montrell James. James driving in, now goes out to Kyle Moore. Moore, 5 on the shot clock. Montrell James puts up a shot, no good. Thought he was fouled. Instead, it's just going right into the hands of Simmerman. And Simmerman finds Rackley. The bounce pass goes down, and it is stolen away. Crowley's Ridge, and he won't get credit for it, but Montrell James and Trayden Rackley were tying up for the ball, and Rackley was the last to touch it before it went out of bounds. So Crowley's Ridge with the ball. Montrell James trying to get it to KJ Corder. However, tight defense being played by Aiden Stone, not letting him do so. Montrell James driving in, puts a floater up. Good. Montrell James up to 9 points as his Pioneers trail it by 11. Handing off to Rackley. Over to Simmerman on the far wing. Simmerman will cross to the top of the key. Now to Linehan. Linehan finds Stone. Stone off the left elbow, who will cross. Good to see Stone back into the game after being helped off the court late in the first half. As out of bounds, last touched by the Bobcats. KJ Corder inbounds and finds Montrell James. James will drift to his right side. James receives the putback pass from KJ Corder. His shot is nowhere close. Trying to find Tyrell Ware, but put too much mustard on it. But down low, there's a foul on Kyle Moore. Kyle Moore will send Aiden Stone to the charity stripe, and that might be a good call, as Aiden Stone, currently a 38% free throw shooter. So Aiden Stone, the 6'5 sophomore out of Thayer, Missouri, will go to the line and shoot a pair, the first of 2 on its way. And that indeed is what the coaches call a good foul. Easy layup is now at least 1 point, or at most 1 point. As Aiden Stone, his second free throw is on its way, and it is good. Montrell James and the Pioneers quickly down the floor. Here's Kyle Moore at the top of the key. To KJ Corder on the near wing. Corder to Key Roberson at the top of the key. Back to Montrell James. James pulls up for 3. Yes, sir. Montrell James putting the team on his shoulders here in the second half. Up to 12 total points. And here is Stone. Aiden Stone goes back out to Mitchell. Mitchell's answering three-pointer is no good, and Simmerman comes in. His putback is no good. Coming up, and he will make it over Tyrell Ware. 1 inch differential between Simmerman and Ware, but that 1 inch was all Simmerman needed as he lays it in over Tyrell Ware. KJ Quarter to Kyle Moore. Moore pulls up for three. No good. Rebound. Last touch by Key Roberson, and that's out of bounds. Coach Perkins liking the effort that he's seeing from his team in the first 5 minutes of the second half. 44-33, Bobcats lead. Rackley will go to the right side. That's Mitchell. Mitchell to the top of the key to Simmerman. Simmerman goes to his left and finds Linehan, but that's stolen away by Montrell James and Kyle Moore. Moore is on the near wing. He'll bounce past a quarter, and that's going to be stolen right back by Rackley. Rackley is all kinds of blocked by KJ Quarter. Here's Kyle Moore with the ball. Back out to Quarter. Thought about that play once more. Instead, he'll take it himself, and he'll lay it in by himself. Logan Willett was going to go in, but Perkins said, hey, we're doing good right now, so let's go back, Logan. Simmerman on the far corner gets to the top of the key to Linehan. Linehan goes around the horn to Rackley. Rackley at the free throw line going out to Linehan. Linehan pulling up for three. Back iron, Kyle Moore with the board. Kyle Moore drifts to his right side. He'll cross the court to James. James one-touch pass. The plant, the shot, no good from Key Roberson. But Kyle Moore gets the rebound. Moore goes into the paint by himself and lays it up, lays it in. 44-37, Crowley's Ridge climbing back. And a timeout called by the Bobcats and Crowley's Ridge. Excited by their start in the second half, as the Pioneers currently on a 12-6 run to start this second half. This is the AII semifinal on the Pioneer Digital Network.
Adopt US Kids presents What to Expect When You're Expecting a Teenager, Learning the Lingo.
GOAT, G-O-A-T, acronym, stands for Greatest of All Time, as in spaghetti sandwiches for dinner? They're my fave. Dad, you're the GOAT.
You don't have to speak teen to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same. Visit adoptuskids.org. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt U.S. Kids, and the Ad Council.
In the pretend universe, kids play with pretend guns. In the real world, it's up to us to make sure they don't get their hands on a real gun. If you have a gun in the house, keep it locked, unloaded, and stored separately from ammunition. Safe gun storage saves lives. Learn how to make your home safer at endfamilyfire.org. That's endfamilyfire.org. Brought to you by End Family Fire, Brady, and the Ad Council.
This is Montrell James, and you're listening to Crowley Ridge Basketball on the Pioneer Digital Network.
Rackley on the near wing for the Bobcats. He'll pass down low. That's blocked by a tag team of Kyle Moore and Tyrell Ware. Kyle Moore goes out to Key Roberson, back to Moore. Moore will drive in, and he is brought to the floor. So that foul will be whistled on Mitchell. Now was on the floor. Moore was setting up to take a shot, but it goes the foul beforehand. Montrell James puts a floater up. That's too hard. Rebound coming to Stone. And the pass goes out of bounds. So Crowley's Ridge will get possession back. And Riley Clairday will come in. Riley Clairday is a 6'7", 190-pound freshman out of Melbourne, Arkansas. Second on the team with 18 total blocks. Montrell James will cross midcourt. Back to Key Roberson to James. Montrell James trying to call for a screen. Looking over to Roberson, back to James. James will pass it down to Clairday. Clairday pump fakes. Taken away by the Bobcats. Here's Rackley. Rackley going out to Linehan. Linehan moves to his right side, hands off to Mitchell. Mitchell's three-pointer is no good, rebounded by Moore. Kyle Moore drives into the paint with his left hand. No good. Playing volleyball to get the rebound. And the referee indicating that it is a foul on Kyle Moore. And Kyle Moore with 4 personal fouls with 13:55 left to go. Kyle Moore will have to sit on the bench for a bit in foul trouble now with his 4th personal foul. Logan Willett will re-enter the game. In for the Bobcats now for the first time is the freshman Tanner Rogers. But here is Stone. Stone for a wide open 3, and he'll splash it home. Graydon Rackley makes it a 10-point contest once more. Montrell James will go behind his back. He'll hand off to KJ Quarter. To Willett, back to Quarter. Quarter to Willett. Willett to Roberson. And Roberson is fouled by Tanner Rogers. So Logan Willett's going to inbound under his own hoop. He goes out to Key Roberson. Roberson wide open for 3. That is nowhere close. The rebound comes to Linehan. Linehan finds Rackley. Rackley to Rogers. Rogers drifts to his right side. Around to Linehan. Linehan to Rackley at the top of the key. Rackley head fakes the 3. Goes out to Rogers. Rogers' three-pointer is good. Montrell James will back off. Top of the key to KJ Quarter to Logan Willett. Back to Willett. Willett will drive in, finds Clairday. Clairday contested shot, no good. Outside to Lubert. Around the horn, Linehan finds Rogers. Rogers crosses to Stone. That was Rackley, rather. This is Stone. Stone crosses and finds Lubert. Lubert lowers the shoulder, and that's a charge. Lubert lowered the shoulder and trucked into Logan Willett, and that is a charge. Montrell James gets the inbound. It is 50-37 in favor of the Bobcats. Montrell James tries to go inside, but he'll be fouled. That foul whistled on Trayden Rackley, and Rackley gets his first foul. Williams inbounds and finds Willett. Logan Willett out to KJ Quarter. Quarter back to Willett. Willett goes in, tries to put up a shot, and it will splash home. Logan Willett manages to get the bucket, 50-39. Going out to Rackley. Rackley finds Stone. Tipped away by Montrell James, disrupting the play. It did the senior James. Inbound, stolen away by Montrell James. Will he keep possession? Yes. Here's Braden Williams. Williams finds Willett over to Quarter. KJ Quarter floats up and in. And the internet's out again.
Crowley's Ridge, number 21, C.J. Maxwell. Jump ball, Bobcats possession. Pioneer foul number 21. That is the first personal foul, the third team foul. Bobcats foul number 30. That is his second personal foul, the fifth team foul.
So this is still going, but we just can't do anything here.
All right, having some technical difficulties here at the Ridge. I believe our wireless internet is currently out, but checking our broadcast computer that is hardwired into the internet, and it is bumping, says that everything's working well. So hopefully, if you're tuning in via YouTube, you're hearing me. If not, I'm just talking to myself, but I've done that plenty of times. 8:44 left to go here in this contest between the Pioneers of Crowley's Ridge College and the Bobcats of the College of the Ozarks. Rackley goes to the top of the key, and he finds Mitchell. Mitchell goes back and finds Linehan. 4 on the shot clock. Shot is up, no good, and the rebound will go to KJ Quarter. Quarter now at the top of the key. He'll go to the left side as he finds James, who goes back to Quarter. And Quarter goes up and in. .737 left to go. This is Mitchell, and that will be out of bounds. Last touch by the Pioneers. 59-44. Bobcats ahead of the Pioneers. And the shot up and in by the Bobcats. .61-44. Montrell James will go out to KJ Quarter. Quarter out to James at the top of the key. James driving in, Euro steps up, no good. Rebound coming to Linehan. Outside to Rackley. The weave play is no good. Rebound coming to Tyrell Ware. Here's Montreal James. James driving in, goes outside to Quarter. Quarter puts up a three-pointer. Nowhere close. And David Ballard tried to put it back into play. And he could not. Logan Willett will come back in. And the Bobcats will want to take a timeout, so we'll take it with them. Hopefully you're hearing me again. But it is a full timeout, 6:45 left to go. Here in this contest, Pioneers trail the Bobcats 61-44. This is the AII Championship semifinal on the Crowley's Ridge College Pioneer Digital Network.
145 over 92.
180 over 111. I had a heart attack and a cardiac arrest and then a stroke.
Your blood pressure numbers could change your life. Lowering your high blood pressure could save you from a heart attack or stroke. If you've stopped your treatment plan, restart it or talk to your doctor about creating one that works better for you. Start taking the right steps at manageyourbp.org.
Now I'm, trying to get better, stronger than ever.
Brought to you by the American Heart Association, American Medical Association, and the Ad Council.
Okay, kids, Dad's gonna teach you how to dance. First, spread your feet apart. Then, pump your knee, nod your head, shake your hips, and bite your lip ever so slightly. Now, with one hand in the air, point at people with the other hand. I call that the rock star.
Dance like a dad. It's a great way to make a moment with your kids.
Now, make a face like it just smells something bad.
Visit fatherhood.gov. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
Now we welcome you back to the Carter Activity Center. 61-44. The Bobcats up over the Pioneers of Crowley's Ridge College. Stone finds his way going outside. Three-pointer on the way, and that is good. (64-44), 20-point spread. Four-seeded Bobcats looking to vie for the upset and make its way to the championship and a trip to the national tournament. This will be just their second victory of the year. So heading to the line, shooting two is going to be Tyrell Ware. First free throw from Ware is up and good. Second free throw is no good. Outside, and that finds Linehan. Back to Mitchell. Mitchell to Rackley. Rackley's three-pointer is short. Rebound by Logan Willett. He'll find David Ballard. Down low, Braden Williams goes up to the hoop by himself, and he'll be fouled.
Bobcats foul number 21. That is his first personal foul, his seventh team foul. Pioneers are in the bonus.
So that Crowley's Ridge will go and shoot 1 and 1 on each foul, but this was a shooting foul, so Braden Williams will shoot two. First is up, and it is no good.
Returning for the Pioneers, number 13, Kyle Moore.
Kyle Moore back into the game. One foul in his pocket. Braden Williams knocks down the second. 64-46. Ozarks shooting 44% from the floor. And a foul there by Alex Merrow. 5 minutes and 30 seconds left to go in this semifinal match. Covered up, and Merrill will foul once more.
Pioneer foul number 24. That is his second personal foul, the 15th foul.
Inbound will go, and that will find Rackley. Rackley will be fouled again by Merrow.
That is his third personal foul, the 6th team foul. Returning for the
Merrow checks out. He'll be replaced by Montrell James. Rogers is going to inbound. Rogers drifts to his left side. He'll find Mitchell. Crossing the court, back to Rogers. Rogers' three-pointer is no good. Braden Williams gets the board. James' layup is no good. He gets his own rebound, and that is last touched by James. Gretchen, no, it was last touched by the Bobcats. Braden Williams inbounds, and he finds Logan Willett. Willett will look to his left side as he finds Braden Williams. Williams head fakes going to the right side. And going up, tumbling hard to the floor is David Ballard. He gets back up with the help of Andrew Mitchell. So David Ballard will go to the line. That was on the shot, so he'll go to the line and shoot a pair. That is Linehan's fourth personal foul. Shot is up. That's going to bounce. No good. (64-46). Got us up, and that is no good. That's rebounded by Andrew Mitchell. Traden Rackley goes to the right side. That's to Stone, out to Rackley. Rackley to Rogers. Rogers backs off, 4.5 left. As he finds Mitchell. Mitchell to Rogers. Rogers to Rackley. Rackley drives in, out to Linehan. Linehan's three-pointer is good, and everything is falling for the Bobcats. Montrell James goes inside. He'll try to pass instead. That goes right to Traden Rackley. Rackley with the ball, picking up his dribble. He gets to Aiden Stone. Stone finds Mitchell. Over to the far side. Driving up, and he will be fouled, is Traden Rackley. Whistle on David Ballard. Free throw up and in, 68-46. Second free throw is up, and second free throw is good. Out to Montrell James. And Kyle Moore gets the timeout, or gets the bucket and the timeout. So Crowley's Ridge College trailing 69-48, 3:34 left to go. This is the AII Conference Tournament semifinal on the Crowley's Ridge College Pioneer Digital Network.
My mother was very familiar with her neighborhood, but one day she stopped at the stop sign and she wasn't even really sure where she was at.
When something feels different, it could be Alzheimer's. Now is the time to talk. A message from the Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council.
Not completing high school is more of a social thing than it was an academic thing. Even though all these years have passed, I still had that longing to have my diploma.
At age 30, Carissa finished her high school diploma.
If you're even considering getting your high school diploma, you can do it.
No one gets a diploma alone. If you're thinking of finishing your high school diploma, you have help. Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org. That's finishyourdiploma.org. Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
This is J.M. Gregg. You're listening to Crowley's Ridge Basketball on the Pioneer Digital Network.
And we welcome you back to the Carter Activity Center. Crowley's Ridge College is trailing the Bobcats of the College of the Ozarks 69-48. Traden Rackley with the ball. Bounce pass to Aiden Stone. Pass up, going and finds Stone. And that's stolen by Logan Willett. Logan Willett will plant, goes out to Ballard. David Ballard pulling up for three. No good. Rebounded by Rogers. Rackley and Stone both with 17 points each. Leading scorer for the Pioneers is Montrell James, who has 12. To the right side is Rackley. Back to Rogers. Rogers covered up by Moore. To the left side. Now to Stone. Stone goes up top. Three-pointer from Mitchell is no good. Kyle Moore gets the rebound. Three-pointer from Braden Williams is no good. Rebound coming down to the Bobcats. Rogers finds Rackley. 2.5 left. Rackley to the left side to Mitchell. Mitchell down low to Stone. Back out to Linehan. Linehan to Rogers. Rogers pulls up for three, and he'll drain it. Pioneers' three-point defense has been pretty much non-existent all year, and that is the case today as well. Rogers with the ball for the Bobcats. And that will be a timeout for the Bobcats. Just to rotate in. And the second team of the Pioneers will come in. Or the folks who don't get too much playing time. And the seniors are making their way off the court for what will likely be the final time. David Ballard, Logan Willett, Montrell James, Braden Williams, and Kyle Moore have exited, barring a miraculous comeback for the final time here at the Carter Activity Center in their collegiate careers. At the top of the key is Linehan. Linehan's three-pointer is no good. Rebounded by J.M. Gregg, now in for the Pioneers. 90 seconds to go. J.M. Gregg goes out to Micah Duncan. Duncan to Avery Perkins. Avery Perkins goes left to Duncan. Micah Duncan drives in, puts up a shot, no good. Rebounded by Simmerman. Simmerman spins off, and he will find Diaz. And another sub timeout. Having a few folks check in. Alex Marrow will enter to replace Riley Clairday. So for the Pioneers, it's Avery Perkins, Alex Marrow, Micah Duncan, J.M. Gregg, and Solomon Bone. With the ball is Trey Gibson for the Bobcats, entering the final minute of play. Lubert goes out and finds Diaz. Diaz back to Gibson. Diaz down low to Simmerman, tipped away, but Diaz gets control of it, and he'll pass and find Lewandowski. Skylar Lewandowski, the Neosho, Missouri native. Shot is up, no good. That's a shot clock violation. So 49 seconds left to go. College of the Ozarks is looking to punch their ticket. Likely will to the AII Conference Tournament with an extremely well-played game. So Alex Marrow gets the inbound. To the left side to Micah Duncan. Duncan to Bone. Solomon Bone bounce passes to Perkins, out to Gregg. J.M. Gregg on the near corner. Bounce pass to Bone. Solomon Bone will bounce pass to Alex Marrow. Marrow will be fouled on his way to the hoop. So Alex Marrow will go to the line, shooting 2. He is a 65% free throw shooter. Correction, he's a 72% free throw shooter. .2 seconds left. Shot is up, no good. Rebound coming down to Cooper Long. Cooper Long goes out to Nate Burnett. Nate Burnett out to Tanner Diaz. Diaz to Lewandowski. Lewandowski. Great ball movement by the Bobcats. And here is Diaz. Bobcats just playing hot potato with the ball now. The bounce pass out to Long. Long pulls up for 3. That's no good. Rebounded by Solomon Bone. And the College of the Ozarks has pulled up the major upset. College of the Ozarks has defeated the top-seeded Pioneers of Crowley's Ridge College, and as a 4 seed, picking up their 2nd win of the season, will advance to the NAIA National Championship Tournament. But before that, they will take it to the AII Tournament. So the telling of the final score, Crowley's Ridge College falls to the College of the Ozarks, 72-49. Great play from the Ozarks. We're going to take a timeout, come back with post-game stats. College of the Ozarks, 72. Crowley's Ridge College, 49. This is the AII semifinals on the Crowley's Ridge College Pioneer Digital Network.
The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention is working to help keep you and your community safe from the threat of novel or new coronavirus. Take the following everyday steps to help avoid the spread of all respiratory viruses. Wash your hands often with soap and water for at least 20 seconds. Cover your cough or sneeze with a tissue. Throw the tissue away and then wash your hands. Avoid touching your eyes, nose, and mouth. Clean and disinfect frequently touched objects or surfaces, such as remote controls and doorknobs. Avoid close contact with people who are sick. And stay home if you are sick. Call your healthcare provider if you develop fever, cough, or difficulty breathing. For more tips, visit cdc.gov.
And welcome back for the final time to the Carter Activity Center, where Crowley's Ridge College falls to the College of the Ozarks. Ozarks played the lights out and got the victory over the Pioneers. Bobcats shot a blistering 42% from the floor, making 28 of an attempted 66. Crowley's Ridge, 33%. It was long range. Ozarks hit 11 long balls. Crowley's Ridge, 3. From the charity stripe, Crowley's Ridge, not great either. 6 for 16, 37.5. And Ozarks went to the line just 6 times, made all but 1 of those. Ozarks vastly out-rebounded the Pioneers, 51-34. Ozarks, 12 offensive boards that led to 13 second-chance points. Pioneers with 8 offensive rebounds, leading to 5 second-chance points. Crowley's Ridge turned the ball over 10 times. Actually, College of the Ozarks turned the ball over more than the Pioneers. Pioneers managed to get 16 points off of those turnovers, and of the 10 turnovers, Ozarks had 13 points off of the turnovers. Leading was Trayden Rackley and Aiden Stone with 17 points. Not far behind them was Andrew Mitchell with 16. Mitchell had 4 of the 11 three-pointers. Trayden Rackley had 3. So 17 from Trayden Rackley, 17 from Aiden Stone, 16 from Andrew Mitchell, and 6 each from Tanner Rogers and Garrett Zimmerman. That was it. It was all, Josh Linehan had 10, but those starters just lit it up from the floor. Crowley's Ridge College, Montrell James had 12. Montrell James had 12. Kyle Moore had 11. KJ Corder had 10. CJ Maxwell ended the game with 6-4 out of Logan Willett. And 1 each from Alex Marrow, Tyrell Ware, and Braden Williams. Leading rebounder with 5 was Kyle Moore and CJ Maxwell. So the College of the Ozarks Bobcats will advance to the NAIA National Tournament. But first they will play the winner of the upcoming game in the AII Conference Championship. So one half of the stage is set for the AII Championship with College of the Ozarks, and we will have Lincoln Christian and Voorhees coming right after this, and they will set the final match of the day. Again, the women's stage is set with College of the Ozarks and Crowley's Ridge. And for the men, College of the Ozarks have made it, picking up their second win of the season. We will take an extended break, about 30 minutes, until we tip the fourth and final game of the evening between Voorhees and Lincoln Christian. Until we see you then,